Welcome back to another video, guys. I hope you're all doing very well. Today, I'm going to be talking about the top common copy trade mistakes people make when researching wallets. If you guys are new to the channel, feel free to join my crypto discussion group. The link will be in my description. All right, so I've made countless videos on how to find wallets, but I've never actually made a video on how to do the proper research. So the first wallet we're going to look at is this. And this type of wallet, I call them a farmer, a scalper. So what they do is, first thing you're going to see is they're going to have a very high win rate, and their P&L is going to be pretty low. Sometimes it's a little bit higher than this. He's holding nothing. So, and if you look at his activity and at his trades, almost all of them hit. So you might think like, hey, this is a good wallet to copy trade. But in reality, what he does is he already probably has a bunch of people copy trading him. And what he does is he buys a coin, like here, for example, at 1448.50, and he sells it at 1449.01. So less than 11 sets, and in 11 seconds, he would buy and sell. So he would make a quick profit. Either he's scalping or he has people copy trading him and he's dumping the price on his followers, making a small profit each trade. So this type of wallet, you're going to get wrecked. And I'll show you an example. So he bought a coin called Monkey, and you can see here, he bought it at 604.06 and sold it at 604.12. So 6 seconds apart. I have it loaded here for you guys on the 1 second time frame so you can see. So this is where he put his buy. He raised the price to 2.1K. And then a bunch of his copy trade followers, bought in, raised the price to almost 4K. And then he proceeded to dump the price right over here. And then his followers sold over here. So he made the profit. His followers lost money. I'm going to show you another farmer just so you get in the habit and start to recognize them and see the pattern here. So we have this guy, high win rate, low P&L, holding nothing. Same here, high win rate, low P&L, holding nothing. And what else? He does quick trades. So when you see this type of stuff, avoid at all costs. Now I'm going to show you an example of an above average wallet. As we can see here, he has a win rate above 50%. So 1 and 2 trades hit. In the last 30 days, he has a win rate even higher, 61%. Moving on back to 7 days, his P&L is almost 70% in the last week, and he's holding only 1 coin. This is extremely important, guys. You don't want to have a wallet holding 40 coins where he hasn't sold off his losses, because that will heavily manipulate his P&L and make it higher than it actually is. So that's something really important to keep in mind. Going back to his activity, we can see that he has a mixture of wins and losses. And if we look at this trade right here, we can see that he's not a scalper / farmer, because, for example, he bought the coin here at 1202.47 and he only started to sell it at 1205, 1207, and so on. And you guys would have actually had the option, if you copy traded this trade, for example, to close the position out yourself manually. Or if you're a newer, less experienced trader, you could have copy sold him like he did here and taken profits like he did. And I'll show you guys how to do that in just a sec. Going down the list, you can see he had a great trade over here, and then a mixture of wins and losses. And then he had another great trade over here. This is where he makes the majority of his money on these type of trades. And then lastly, he also had another very great trade here where he made a really great amount of money. So when you find a wallet like this and you want to commit, one of the biggest mistakes that people make, guys, is, for example, let's say you want to copy this wallet and you want to commit, and you start copy trading him and you start following him right here, and you have 3 losses in a row. You're going to get discouraged about this wallet and you're going to stop copy trading him. But then after you stop copy trading him, this happens, and then this happens, and then he starts hitting trades. So you want to let it run its course. You don't want to just trade 2 or 3 trades and be like, oh, this wallet sucks. After doing your research, you can actually see in real time, well, back testing it, if the wallet was successful or not. And then based off that, keep your trades running. Do at least 10 trades and get a sample size for yourself, and play with a small amount to start with. Don't start with your actual initial. Just to start with, 10% of your initial. So if you're gonna trade $50, trade $5, for example. Now for the final wallet. And this is exactly the type of wallet I like to copy. I actually did give out similar wallets to subscribers in my crypto discussion group. And this guy did turn $11 into $86, almost a 700% gain. And this other subscriber sent me a message saying he took a 0.2 and turned it into a 1.4 with the wallet I gave him to copy. And I do give these wallets out as a welcome package when you join our newly formed premium call channel called Peaceful. These type of wallets, I like to call them sleepers. And the reason I do so is because if you go down the list here to the very first trade, it's a pretty new wallet, relatively new. He started trading 26 days ago, and he's been hitting some crazy trades. Right here, his first crazy trade was right here. And if you scroll up the list, you have a bit of back and forth. Still wins, but nothing crazy. Some loss here. And then he hits a crazy trade again like this. And if you scroll up the list, here it was absolutely insane, the amount of money he made. First trade sell, he made 13K back already, profit. And then he's making more profit. If you look here, he made a crazy amount on this one. And the reason I call them sleepers is because they don't trade often. But when they do, they end up hitting their trades. So a little back and forth again until he hit another trade. So what's the pattern here that we see? And also, if you look at the amount here, he's trading with thousands. When the trade actually hits, he puts thousands in. Here you can see he puts hundreds in, and the trades, they don't really do much. But whenever he puts thousands in, the trade ends up going. So this is something I noticed about this particular wallet. So what's the pattern here? Now we have a bit of back and forth, and nothing happens. So I do expect a big trade to come. So I will put a copy trade on this guy. For the new viewer, I'm going to show you how to set up your copy trade settings on TradeWiz. The official link is always in my video description below. So the cool thing TradeWiz has is if you're brand new, you have to create your own wallet. But let's say you already have a couple wallets in place. You can click one of them, and instead of copying the settings all over again, you can click copy the settings, and it'll generate you a brand new page, kind of like copying and pasting it. And all you have to change is the name and the wallet address. So we're going to name this one 249 because that's what it starts with. And we're going to put the wallet address here. And for buy amount, this is where you put your buy amount here. I put 0.2 for mine. Each token buy times, what does that mean? I set mine to 1. It basically means you'll only buy the token once. And if the wallet you're copy trading starts buying a token 4 or 5 times, you're not going to get into 4 or 5 trades. It'll only restrict it to 1, which I like personally. Unrenounced, don't buy. Unburned, don't buy. Palm Fund, true. Radiant, true. And I normally don't leave copy sells, but for this wallet, I will, because if you look here, he clearly knows how to take profits. So I would put copy sells true. And also you want to put sell by position ratio true as well, because what that means is, let's say he sells here, it says, let's say 10%. He sells 10%. You'll also sell 10% of your position here. He sells another 20%. You'll sell 20%, and so on and so on. So you'll take profits while the wallet you're copying is taking profits, which is a really great feature to have. Auto retry, I set up to 3 times. My gas fee, that's completely up to you guys depending on how much you're trading with. And TradeWiz does have a gas estimation section right here. You can take a look at that when you're using it. As well, I am playing with a bit of a bigger amount, so I do have MEP protection on. My slippage for Pump Fund is high because my previous trades for some of my copy trade wallets have failed. And at 50%, they tend to fail less. So I did increase it to 50%. And as well, my buy slippage is also kind of high for regular coins, because when you are copy trading these type of wallets, the coin does tend to move quite drastically, because like look over here, he did like a $3,400 buy. That's going to shoot the price up, and maybe there's other people buying the coin as well. So you do want to have your slippage set right. And then after you're done with all of these settings, just click create. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I hope you learned something new today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.